Hi everyone. So weekly update. Um, this has been a fun week, and but in terms of books, it has been a good week, to be honest. I did finish 3 books. Currently reading two, and let's see what I'm going to read next. I'm going to show you, but before that, let me just show you 4 novels that I got. 3 of them are from the same author, which is one of my favorite thriller writers. Thriller in terms not spy thriller, medical thriller, something like that, but thriller in terms of investigation, like Dan Brown, sorry, not Dan Abbott, Dan Brown, or Jeremy Robinson, or something like that. And I do want to collect his books because I'm currently reading and I'm enjoying. I know I'm going to enjoy. And these 3 are the missings from my collection. I have all of his books. I have even more books than he has in a website. I talked with him, and well, it's another story. But basically, Michael McBride has been writing a lot since 20 years now. Some of his books, earlier books, probably are not in the same well this the same tone, the same writing skills, same plot wise, and so on. So he does have in this website less books than he currently has, and I read them, at least 2 of them from those times. I have 3 more, but then I refound him, if you want to call it that, when I started reading Contagion, and I collect all of his books. They are published by Amazon, and they are pretty good condition books. They are not special editions, stuff like that, but they are good to read. If I enjoy something, I will try to get a special edition, which probably, I don't know, they exist because I know that he has Bloodletting, for example. There are a couple of them. But these were the ones that he doesn't have self-published so far. So it's a series, a trilogy of books called Subhuman. This is the first book. The second book is Forsaken. And the third one is Mutation. Fortunately, they are not the same size, as you can see, which is a shame, all by the same publisher, which but it is what it is. They are bought, they are second hand, so that's what I got. And if I enjoy it as much as I hoped, maybe I will buy the third one to match this. Next book I'm going to show you was one I was not expecting at all to get it. To be honest, I had it a lot of time in my wish list in eBay to find it and so on, but I really stopped looking it after putting myself in, say, okay, I have to stop buying books because I don't have that kind of money. So, but I saw this. It was a person that made this book available, and I paid for this book in the grand total of 60 euros. So that's always a plus, because it's a Leviathan Press book. And which book is this? It is one of the earlier ones published by Leviathan. They have published currently a second book by him. So this one is the first one that they published for him each. This one is a very beautiful. This is the first thing that grabbed my attention, was how beautiful this was. This is The Night Country by Stuart Onan. You can see it there because it's black and it's very, and I put it a protective cover, but it's very beautiful. As you can see, the cover is very black, so yeah, it's not easy to see, but you got something there, and it's all like a forest at night. Yeah, probably you can see it better like this. It's a forest at night. It's very beautiful. I really, this I wanted to buy I didn't even know what the book is about. Sometimes we do that. Um, this is the novel itself. It's very beautiful. The quality is pretty good compared with all of the others by Levine and Press. This is one of the first ones, so probably not the same quality as not Song because Song is from a company, but Philip Percassi or the store, even the cover here, it's a bit different from all of others. Probably more akin to Dog Stars or the A Child Alone with Strangers, but it's pretty good, to be honest. I really enjoy it. In terms of the book, so we've got this beautiful book. It's a signed limited edition. In this case, it's a PC. You can call it that. I believe it's what it's called, a PC, as you can see there. I have a lot of PCs, people that sell them, and usually these kind of people, they don't even, I don't know if they want the books, and it's more easy to see books like PC and so on. This is, as far as I know, an horror mystery novel set in Halloween in the town and so on. And I wanted to collect a couple of books to read in Halloween, so I immediately thought that this was a good book to read in Halloween, this Halloween. In this case, I don't read it in one day, but I mean in the month of Halloween. And I have already a couple of others to read, so I am not a great fan of this artwork, although it's François Valancourt. But I don't know if I enjoy this artwork. But okay, it's okay for the price. To be honest, it's pretty good. 60 euros, a signed limited edition. Even if I don't enjoy it, imagine that I don't enjoy the book or I hate it. Okay, I can sell it and I will get my money back at least. So it's not a problem to me. I usually don't sell limited editions, even those I don't enjoy. But yeah, if I have I want to sell it, I know that these books will not fall. I mean, they will not go. These books will not sell by less than $50 or $60, so or euros in this case. So I know that I will make at least some euros. So in terms of what have I read? Well, I did finish 3 books. Okay, the first book was my least enjoyment, one of the least enjoyments of this month, and year, if you want to call it that. This is Michael Shea, The Shadows Fall. This is not the Michael Shea that you know, okay? This is another Michael Shea, not the Michael Shea. And when I bought it, I was buying Michael Shea novels, the Michael Shea that I love, and I found it. This was probably 15 years ago, so I don't think I had the internet or to check it out. So I saw the name, I bought it. It was presented as an alternative history novel, so I bought it. Only several years later, when I was composing my list in my computer, I found it that this Michael Shea is not the same as the other one. Initially, I thought it was the same, but some authors do this kind of stuff. They have the different names. For example, Brian Stableford. He wrote because he died a couple of weeks back. He had a pseudonym like Brian Stableford, Brian Craig. Some authors have similar names, Richard Ford, R.S. Ford, in fantasy. So I thought that was this kind of thing, but it's not. It's not the same thing at all. It's different people. And so this is a thriller, spy thriller. But the problem with this, it's boring. It's boring, and I didn't enjoy it at all. It's fast paced. It's fast paced. I mean, the letters are pretty. The font is pretty big, so you can read it in a couple of hours if you want it. But the book is boring. Supposedly, it's about the rise of the pro-Nazi in the 70s in England and yeah, in the world, in the USA and so on. And I thought that, okay, fun. Even today, there are kind of far right stuff. So who knows? Maybe it's a good book to read. And fortunately, I for the first 70 to 80 pages, there are nothing related to far right, nothing related to Nazis. This scene, I don't know what this means because there was no nothing. I mean, it's boring. They don't even rise because they are defeated. So it's kind of boring, to be honest. I see no purpose of this book at all. Either my copy is missing pages or the author missed something here. I didn't enjoy it. And Goodreads, if you go to Goodreads, it has a rating 3 point something. Not, it's bad. It's a bad book about something that would happen, but the way it's written, it's never a threat. It's never happening. It's a bad book. I can't tell you further. Then we've got the second book I read was Empty Earth by Jacqueline Druga. So this is the first book I read from her, and immediately after reading I bought 2 more from her. I'm expecting them next week or something like that. This is a post-apocalyptic horror novel, and looking at the back cover, I hoped something more focus on the character trying to survive an empty world, because all of these talks about an empty world. Okay, so apart from the first 30 pages, she's not alone. Point. And she meets people and so on. There are a couple of people, and each one has its own story and so on. It's cool. Okay, it's the story itself. It's cool. But there is a point here that I want to make, that it's not. It's a spoiler if you read this. It's not a spoiler if you go to Goodreads. So I'm going to say it anyway, to spare someone who is already typing in Amazon to buy it, since it's a post-apocalyptic survival horror story. So first of all, there is no horror. Okay, no horror, unless you count, unless you consider horror as is her personal demons trying to survive the guilt and so on that she feels. Then there's the situation that this deals with something that I don't like it at all. And if I knew this was with that troop, I would not have bought it. But again, my fault, because I saw in Goodreads and I didn't saw the tag. The tag is time travel, and I don't enjoy time travel. Okay, there is explanation behind this novel, which I'm not going to, so I would spoil the book. But it's a book where the vast majority of the population, at least from the city, and we are told afterwards it's around the world, but dies. Okay, they drop that. This woman survives. She's in a guilt life, a guilty life, because she has killed someone. Okay, she has she's not killed on purpose. She killed while driving. She killed a young girl, and so that person died, and their husband or boyfriend or something like that left her before, but stuff happens. Okay, so she is on the low of the low, and she tries to commit suicide, and after she awakens, because she doesn't die, after she awakes, she finds out that the world, or the vast majority of people, are dead, and she tried to find out what it is, and she find out older person that helps her stand, if I'm not mistaken. She then finds a couple of military guys and so on. So she finds a group of people. They are trying to understand what to do with this life, what to do with this situation. But since I'm not going to spoilers, I can't really tell you why I didn't enjoy the novel, which is a shame. Well, I did enjoy the novel. Okay, don't get me wrong. What I didn't like was the solution, not solution, but the reason why these people died. Okay, what I've been reading about her, she writes a lot, but what I mean a lot is a lot. She has like 50 novels or more. She has dozens upon dozens upon dozens of novels, all about post-apocalyptic zombies, thrillers, stuff like that. She really loves that stuff, and she has a lot of novels where people die or something like that. So that's why I bought a couple of others just to test. If I enjoy, I'll buy the remaining books as I go on. Usually I do that. I buy a book or two from a writer. If I enjoy it, cool. I buy all of them, and if I don't, I stopped or try another one if I see something that it's good. So what to expect about this in terms of writing? I didn't enjoy the writing style. Well, I did enjoy writing style in terms of fast pace, very fast pace, but it's very simple. As a non-native English person, it was easier than to read this novel. It's very easy, very easy reading. This remind me John Atten novels that I read in one day, even if it's 250 pages. I can read in one day. This one is the same. It's very easy. Now, let me just put here something. Sorry. We'll edit that part out, or not. So, the last book I read was Torn Edge by T. Kingfisher. This is a broken binding edition. This is the special edition they made. I have a lot of her books. Okay, you can see that it's signed. I also have Nettle and Bone as well, for example, and I have got several others. Okay, several other books from her. The duology. I believe there are 3 books now, and so on. So it's an author that does small books, as far as I can understand. None of these are 300 pages. So yeah, you can read it pretty fast. So in terms of this novel, she did something that I enjoyed, a part of it. So basically, Torn Edge is a novel about the Sleeping Beauty, okay? But it's not what you expect. So basically, you know the Sleeping Beauty tale. If not, go watch the movie. But in this case, the Sleeping Beauty is not what you expect. So basically, you have this being called Toadling, that she is guarding a place where people usually come, pass, and so on, and she tries to put these people away. She doesn't want them to get to the tower or the place where the Sleeping Beauty is, until she meets another person, which is she calls it a Saracen knight. So a Saracen, if you don't know, it's an inhabitant of Anatolia, which is Turkey. So a Muslim person from Anatolia. A knight, which makes no sense since knights are usually Western European Christian, normal Christian stuff, not Muslim. Will be Janissar, but whatever, she call it a knight, doesn't matter. And this tale, this person doesn't give up. Uh, all other give up. He doesn't give up. He said it. He read that there are sometimes there are fairies and so on these places, and she may be cursed, and he wants to uncurse her. She says that she's not cursed and so on. So he tries, even so, very polite. Everything is very polite and so on. So then we get to the story of the Sleeping Beauty and so on. This is the first point I want to say is that people call it innovative and so on, but Christina Henry, she did stuff like this. She grabbed a fairy tale and gave it a twist. Okay, like the red. I don't know the name of the book that she has, but she has a red riding red wood. The wood girl with the red stuff. I don't know, with the grandmother and the wolf and so on. Little Red Hood. Okay, doesn't matter. And she gave it a twist. Like, for example, it was a little girl that she wants to meet the grandfather or the grandmother, that it was on the other side of the mountains, like that, and the forest, and she went there. But the problem is that there was a post-apocalyptic scenario in place. People were killing others, and there was a plague, I believe, related with the plague that shall not be named in 2019, and so on. So it was a very cool, interesting story. I didn't enjoy the character at all, but it's the theme. And she does this for a lot of stuff. She grabs it, the story, and give it a twist. In this case, it's a bit different. What if the princess trapped in the tower was not as good as you hoped? What if she was a demon or something like that? Imagine this. So this is the tale about this, and I enjoyed the tale. I really enjoyed the story. I don't know if it's sufficient to earn the Hugo Award that she won, but whatever. That's what it seems that she win. But I don't know if that was important. What is important here is the main character, which is very interesting character because she's dealing with solitude, with being alone for hundreds of years, and it's a bit of the walls she makes that put people away. So it's a very interesting imagery of people that do that they are solitude, they have all along, they don't know how to handle that, and it's very cool. I really enjoy that part. I really enjoy this. The story, it's not about the knight finding the princess. It's about this guardian and the evolution she has. It has some flashbacks about how it happened, what it happened, and so on. If you don't like flashbacks, then you won't enjoy this novel, because in the beginning you don't know anything, and as the story progresses, there is a chapter or middle of the chapter that she brings back a story and connects the dots, why she's there, what she did, how she did it, and so on. And it's a cool story. Okay, I really enjoyed it, and I'm not saying it's perfect. I gave it a 76 out of 100. So it's a 4-star. I will read the other books that I have from her, probably The Nettle and Bone, which the people say that it's a lot good, or maybe I'm going to go to the duology of Sword Soldier duology. I don't know if it is a duology because there is a third book coming out, but which is very small novella, and I'm going to read it to see if I enjoy it. Not this month, because I don't usually do that. I usually don't read the same author in the same month. I don't enjoy to do that. I'm not like kind of person who can okay, let's binge the same author. I enjoyed that book, particular book, but whatever. And this next week, I'm going to finish The Slaves of Cthulhu by Tony Richards. This is a weird house press, which I have a lot of books. Really enjoyed the quality. There are drawings within and so on. There are special editions if you enjoy it. I'm currently reading The Vagrant by Peter Newman. I was reading last month, and I'm going to continue and ending this next month. I want to finish that. Next, on the dot, the next book I'm going to read, I have no doubts that is going to be a kind of different books. I want horror, and I miss horror. I've been reading non-horror, and it's my favorite genre. So the next one is going to be Tim Curran, Clown Flesh, and probably at the same time I'm going to read The Paper Eater by Lynn Jansen. This is I really enjoy her books. Arc Baby, I read 4 of them, I believe, and she doesn't write that many books. Every couple of years she writes one, and this one looks like good, so it's my 2 next reads for the next month. So this has been a long video, sorry about that. I hope you enjoy. Thank you, have a great day.